Welcome back, everybody. It is that time once again. Here we are, Madden season here, NFL season. Obviously, what you see in front of you is just Madden 23. Don't have a copy of Madden 24 yet, but we're going to get into this video and go over maybe 4 to 6 teams. Right now, I have top 4 teams, 2 wildcard teams, I'm calling them, that are possibly going to be the team that I will be rolling with this year in franchise mode. Now, if you are new to the channel, welcome, obviously, but I run a more realistic franchise, try to make realistic trades, make realistic draft picks, free agency, all that stuff. We try to keep it as real as we possibly can. Obviously, still a video game, but that's what we want to do here. Try to keep it as real, and I think sometimes I have some of the best gameplay out there as well. Really close games, really entertaining, but without further ado, let's get into the teams that I am looking at possibly for franchise. And team number 1 is the Houston Texans. Obviously a maybe popular choice and a team that still needs tons of rebuilding. Last year, the Texans were 3-13-1. Took C.J. Stroud as their number 1 pick, their quarterback of the future and of now. Obviously, they rolling with Davis Mills the last few years, but Stroud comes over from Ohio State, gives them that quarterback they are going to hope be the star for them going forward. And they just select also in the first round, and really the top 10, Will Anderson Jr. out of Alabama. Everybody's been really waiting for him really since his freshman year. He has been absolutely fantastic, great pass rusher. So they have 2 kind of mainstays on the offensive defensive side, but this team still needs a ton, I would say a ton of work. Still need a ton more talent for sure. And I would say, obviously, I would think in a more winnable division. But still, this Texans team was 31st in offense last year, 30th in defense. They still need a lot of work. They need a lot built. But you kind of have some pieces in place. But still, the rest of the team needs to be helped out a lot. This roster is obviously not very deep. But still a ton more draft picks to come for them. And we can continue to build up this Texans team and try to make them a contender in this tough AFC. So let's go to team number 2, and I'm thinking about, and that is the New Orleans Saints. So we're going down to the NFC South. Now, the Saints are really in an interesting position. Last year, 7-10, but this division is absolutely winnable. They did have the 5th-ranked scoring defense last year. They have an excellent defense. Cam Jordan, just a beast up there. But they acquired Derek Carr in the offseason. So one really concern of the Saints team for the last few years, obviously since Drew Brees is retired, has been the quarterback position. Jameis Winston, possibly that guy. Didn't really trust him. So they bring in Derek Carr. And hopefully for them, that is going to be the answer. So this team, it's got a lot of talent. It has a possibility of maybe winning this division, no doubt about it. And with Derek Carr, maybe you make a run in the playoffs. But is it maybe still a flawed team? I would think for sure. Obviously, you know, the record says everything. 7-10 for no apparent reason. But this could be a team also that we can kind of build and kind of make our own to try to make them back into a winner. And actually, for our next team, we're going to stay right in that division. The Atlanta Falcons. So this is another team, same division, obviously same record, 7-10 last year. Very interesting. Now, they didn't have a highly ranked offense, but they were number 3 in rushing last year. And then they had a guy like Bijan Robinson in the draft. So this running game could be even better. You now have Desmond Ridder as pretty much the full-time quarterback. They're hoping he's going to be the quarterback that's going to take them to the first Super Bowl title. So that is another interesting thing to this Falcons team, another dynamic. Never won a Super Bowl. Obviously, you know, the 28-3 Patriots. Everybody knows that. So that is another dynamic to this team. But same thing. I think this team still needs, obviously, major help defensively. And offensively, trying to build up Drake London. Matt Collins, I saw some highlights of him in camp. He looked like an absolute beast. With Robinson, young quarterback, and Ridder. Is Ridder really the answer? Who knows? But we'll see. Could be a possibility, the Atlanta Falcons. And as for our 4th team, we're going to go back to the AFC. And this, I would say at the moment, I'll be honest with you guys, is probably going to be the favorite at the moment that I'm possibly thinking of. And that is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders. A team that you can always, I would say, every year almost do a franchise on just because, I mean, they just can be built, I feel like, every year. But this Raiders team does have some talent with Devontae Adams, obviously maybe the best receiver in football, and you got Josh Jacobs, an unbelievable running back. But the thing is, do you possibly trade him and move on from him because he's going to want, obviously, a massive deal? Now, this Raiders team last year, 6-11, they had the 12th ranked offense with Derek Carr quarterback, but they had the 31st ranked defense. So a lot of help need defensively. They draft Tyree Wilson with their 7th overall pick from Texas Tech. And then they get Jimmy Garoppolo, obviously from San Francisco, to try to be that quarterback. But the thing with this Raiders team, this is an insane AFC. In this division, you got Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. You got Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Good luck. This is a really tough division, and how stacked the AFC is, I mean, even getting a wild card is not easy. So that's what makes it very interesting with the Raiders. Now, for my two kind of wild card teams, I'm just going to throw them out there. One is going to be Indianapolis Colts, and obviously, this is definitely a probably team that a lot of people are going to think about because Anthony Richardson. I mean, you got a guy that's dynamic as he is, unbelievable speed, unbelievable arm, and trying to build his Colts back up to a winner in that AFC South division. So, I don't know. Indianapolis was kind of one of those teams that I was instantly thinking about, but obviously it's kind of more of a popular pick. Quarterback's already kind of in place. You just got to build him. But really, what do you do with Jonathan Taylor? You know, you're probably going to trade away Jonathan Taylor, and really you could probably build up this offense even more around Richardson, and then the defense, aging guys, try to get that defense a little better. So the Colts are an interesting pick at the moment. That's why I'm going to throw them in here. And our last team is going to be the Denver Broncos. So this Broncos team, we're sticking in the AFC West off like the Raiders. A lot of talent. They acquire Russell Wilson. They want to be a Super Bowl contender. They think they have the pieces in place. They got a great defense. This defense is fantastic. But man, what a disappointment. So this would be an interesting pick because maybe you have a season left to win something. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, it's a total rebuild. You can just trade away guys left and right and just completely rebuild this Denver Broncos team. So that could be an interesting dynamic, very fun. Could be a really, really good franchise. So the Broncos are there. So those right now are the 6. I will put them in a poll down below in the description. Have you guys vote on it. Like I said, at the moment, I would say the Raiders are my favorite. But I also want to see what you guys think. I want to see the results. We're going to let it go, obviously, probably for the next 4 or 5 days. Obviously, Madden's coming up here next week. So I'll see then. I'll make a decision then. And Madden franchise is here, and it's coming, and I cannot wait to get it started. But that is going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. I really do appreciate it. Just hit that subscribe button, and you'll see some more franchise content coming down the road. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.